something online. Fit him down,
But
can't I jump in a house with me, man? Different ball game, you know?
We're just walking, strolling in Toronto. Strolling down the street in Toronto. Richard, are you in Toronto? Yeah. Are you cold? Are you cold? Yeah. It's freezing.
Tell me a little bit about what you guys do and, you know, and where you're from and how that's all connected to everybody else that's here tonight.
We decided to.
No, I mean, just have to say thank God because we speak about it earlier. I said, listen, we come from early, humble beginnings in the early stages. Yeah.
we don't need motivation. What we really need is determination.
Bless up, you know, this is Ireland boss, you know. Toronto, up in them town. So you know, tomorrow, Working Artists Caribbean at the 4th annual. You see it? And I'll be a guest speaker. Come and learn something about and educate yourself about the music. Everybody has to know what Ireland boss has to say, right? What's up with the online? Fit him down,
But
yeah, man.
if he cut off a beard, he wouldn't fit him so much.
Accord.
Ireland boss, you have to go grow on that beard then.
Nice ride. Yes, my love. I'm not sure yet, honey. Let me get.
Yeah, when I'm mother set out with them, remember. Code, a daily lifestyle. See, I show them what with them. I know that.
Not this one. Yes, my love. Yeah, I know. We're gonna see here, baby. We're gonna see.
$500. Yeah, no, that's $500 every time in there. Okay.
Big lake.
You know, one of the cars speeding down these sides.
But it's so big, it looks like an ocean.
Yeah.
Guys, outside, you know?
Oh, that's the best one.
Oh, on that side. Outside, go on conference. So still see road. See building, Toronto. Out here, active.
Yeah.
Downtown Toronto.
Not exactly downtown, down the way then in that direction.
Jelly lifestyle. See style. Everything. Outside.
We don't go 401 now, you can kind of slow up more. You have to watch out for the idiot.
God. Focusing now. Where's your focus, man? What you doing there?
I'm just looking up stuff online.
I like seeing you in your glasses.
You like seeing me in my glasses?
Yeah, do you like it? Everybody we throw that door around our back. You don't know the style, you know. Outside.
We in Toronto.
We Jamaicans, you know.
Toronto.
Can't jump in a house with be a man. Different ball game, you know.
You see.
But if we did ever have that mentality,
that type of
that
mentality.
reach far, you know. We don't have that mentality there, so that means we.
Yeah.
We have to know say we have one thing and
One thing.
all if
one
we are
thing.
dead, nobody don't know. Ain't train over there, so guys.
Like 12 minutes away.
It's nice, bro.
So what's the name of the slave?
I think it's. I don't remember. It's Lake Huron or whatever. I don't remember. Honestly, I don't remember.
We out in Toronto. We're just walking, strolling in Toronto. Strolling down the street in Toronto. Rachel, you're in Toronto? Yeah. Are you cold? Are you cold? Yeah. It's freezing. Wow, look at that. That's a pretty cool bus. Or something, whatever it is. Oh, okay. Cool, Papa.
Oh my god, it's like you. I'm cutting a man of them one that. And I see the broad.
To my Vancouver family. Hey, you want to get up there too, buddy?
He's gotta come up.
Yeah.
You gotta join me.
Yeah. All right. So, okay. So you didn't expect this, but can you tell me a little bit about what you guys do, and and where you're from, and how that's all connected to everybody else that's here tonight?
Okay. Well, we came for David and Auntie. This is David's nephew, and this is David's brother.
Hi, David's brother.
Akeem.
Yeah, good night, everybody.
Say hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody. I'll say that channel sweetie.
What is your name?
That is
Tell everybody. Your name is Carol.
It's Nathan Jerome.
Hi,
So we decided one day to just start a YouTube channel. You just be consistent, and in the beginning we weren't getting a whole lot of views, and we didn't really know what niche to do. Like, we started off doing pranks, but it was kind of hard to think of new pranks all the time. It wasn't natural for us. So my husband is a chef, and people like cooking and they like watching cooking. So we decided to do more of a family vlogging, and then Rogero came and joined us the end of September. We do a lot of traveling, like to Toronto, or when we go to Jamaica. And
How do we find you on YouTube?
so it's Akeem and Jen, Akeen and Jen.
Okay, slow down, they're writing. They're just
Oh.
now. So, what is it again? Can you do that? They can all get it? Say it again for them.
Akeem, Akeen, and Jen. So we're almost at 5,000 subscribers, but we've only been doing this for not even a year yet. It'll be a year. Actually, it was a year, April 4th, since that we posted our very first prank. And yeah, so we're just going strong, just vlogging along and being consistent, and we had a failed vlog, and we posted and got 2,000 views. So it's like sometimes you fail, sometimes you don't. You just put it up anyway. Views are views.
So I have a question though. Is most of the pranks on your husband?
He does them on me, I do them on him.
Okay.
But that was in the beginning. We do cooking and more family outings and stuff now.
Okay, so creatively, do you like, at what point do you decide, okay, this is what we're going to do for today? Do you wake up to that, or is that something that you think on the spot?
So it was actually, we were in Jamaica, right? And we posted a video. It's like a family vlog, and that's what take off. And then, you know, while people watching the rest of the vlogs and stuff, we realize that they're like, this doesn't fit you guys' personality, right? So that's when we find a niche, and we're like, it's more like family vlogging, cooking. That's what people is gravitating to us. You know what I mean? So that's what we stick to. You know what I mean? Because like it was hard in the beginning to find a niche, like what we wanted to do. So it actually come about. I realized when I met my wife, she's always having the camera on me like this, and I'm like, why not make some money from it, right? So that's where we make the YouTube channel over a year before we started posting on it, and then, you know, we post on it and it's a hit from there, so we just tend to continue, right? Because the moment you stop, that's when you accept failure, and we're not doing that, so yeah, that's basically it.
Wow. Yeah. And also we're an age gap couple, so I thought, hey, this is gonna make us some money. You know? But and actually people don't even care about our age gap. It's just they like watching his cooking, they like our personalities, and we're very real, we're very genuine, nothing about us is fake. What you see is what you get, you know, like if I don't change. My personality is the same in front of my pastor, my employer, my husband. It don't matter who I'm talking to, if I'm on the camera vlogging or, you know, or if I'm at church. Because I'm also a worship leader as well. I lead worship at my church. So I'm a singer too, guys. So I was very, very interested in what David was saying because, yeah, I sing as well. But never thought about doing that, right? Yeah. But you never know. You just never know.
You might burst out in song and
you never know.
Yeah, I just don't burst out in song because I'll make people cry. Right?
I just kind of keep like not singing, and if I do sing, I'll have to sing in character or something like that in there, so I can get away with it. But I hope you're having a wonderful time here in Toronto. You know, and thank you for sharing that with us because you know, we're feeling that hey, you have a passion. Why not make money of it? Love it. Love doing what you're doing. You can wake up anytime. Hey, little fellow, how are you? Are you a singer as well?
God, you're so good. Sing for everybody. God, you're
I love kids. I love that was priceless. That was priceless. You know what? I want to keep that one. Yeah. So, are you going to come back and see us again? Yeah? Come back and see us? Okay, so they're working out the music, and until then, you know, we'll just keep going. I appreciate you guys coming out tonight. I know with the rain and everything like that, and some people who signed up and said they were coming, didn't get a chance to come. So, and I know you guys must be tired and all that, but we're going to get through this and see if we can get one more performance in before everyone, you know. All right, so thank you guys. Let's give them a round of applause. Vancouver, vloggers, and you guys got the YouTube handle. And maybe that was a way out. So using art is a form of expression to probably deal with some issues. Was that something that you saw that the music within that community, like
you start elevating, you start seeing a different level of life, right? And so when I went back now and I started talking with my peers, and I asked, how is it when me can help some youth to elevate? So them bring music to me as the means, because if you know about Brazil, you think about football. So see you to me, you think about music, because we just name out a couple of the icons there, where are from Seaview Gardens. So when them introduce that to me now, that is when I gain interest in a music. So it's even them all I did was actually being the investor, then choose the rhythm when we purchase. It's just that I fund it, right? So them like the rhythm, they don't know what we like or rhythm and anything. We just a businessman, so that is how I came into the thing. But once I entered the thing, I wasn't in, like, most people say in a music where I love music. Because I never enter it as a lover of music, then I realize it's not just music where you have fun. It is a business. So I approach it from that aspect. Whereas I started to look at who are the real movers in a music. So most people, not saying 50 Cent. 50 Cent is a man when me look on and like what on how we do film thing. But I am looking at like the Dr. Dre's, the people them who responsible for 50 Cent career. You know what I mean? So me start studying these people. So I see music at that point, and even now, as a business model who can and can give you a legitimate part to wealth.
Yes.
So I never differentiate it. So it's music business for me. It's not just music.
Okay. See, that's really important because I think, and Steve, I'm going to get to you, and I think that's something like even being an artist here, I want to say Canada, how do we make art business? How do we make a business out of what we do when we have our art? And right now that's a big talk. And I like how you said, you looked at it from an entrepreneur point of view. So producing music, you gotta make music, you gotta make money. That's
of course,
ROI.
of course, yes.
Yeah.
Of course.
But did you find like a lot of your peers think like that? And I want to ask Steve as well. Did you find?
No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
Most like artists we deal with, and it's like you would like simple thing, like claiming your Spotify for artists, like your Apple Music for artists, your Amazon for artists. You say to persons like, why your monthly listeners? Them don't even know these things. I might say, yo, I love it. Alright? What I realized early on in a music is that music is exploitation. So if you not exploit your resources, somebody going to do it for you.
True, right? You guys agree with that? Yeah.
No, that's all it is.
Yeah, that's true.
That's so true.
Yeah.
See what you say about that?
Yeah, that's most definitely true. So that's why you have these supporting active roles like myself, come in and help educate. In terms of like as a producer, David, he's modeled his business, so he's focused on his business. So as an artist, he's the producer. So as an artist come in working with a producer, then you need some type of representation for that aspect of that business. Because most artists, like you said, they come in and just like they want a passion of music. But the thing is like,
so if you're not a David who thinks business first, right. So they will need someone like you to advocate for them and represent them for those deals that they're going to sign or their
or contracts or anything such like that. Yeah, so you have some type of supporting role behind the artist itself. As a producer, of course, producer is all about what they want to do in terms of their career in their part. But the artist also got to have at least some aspect of what that business is all about. Like David was mentioning here, understanding their numbers. What the views are, what kind of streamings you're getting, so you can go back and say, okay, what kind of money I'm earning based off of what I'm producing here.
I think that is something that, I'm still learning about it too. Like what markers mean what.
But as everybody know, like when it comes to like Spotify, who knows like the real numbers of that? Unless you study that. It's like it's hard to really determine like what one stream would earn.
Yeah, talk about streaming too. I find like when entertainers or artists were performing and they would sell CDs or a record, I find like they were making more money. I just feel like there was an option. Not all artists, but we're talking about there's a percentage of artists that used to make money from, you know, selling their CDs and records, but now everything is streaming. You know, what is that? What has that done to the industry, David and Steve?
All right, so I entered music in 2017. So I wouldn't speak on CDs or vinyl or.
Am I showing up my age? I'm showing up my age a little bit. Yeah.
Personally, streaming is the best thing for me. Personally, I can't speak to no artist and say otherwise.
Yeah.
Right? All the successes I've had is because of streaming. When I just came in 2017, what happened was you find that you have as I said, exploitation. Music is exploitation business. So what you find was if you was to break a song before the internet, you find that you have to pay the disc jock when we're playing at the weekly parties, you have to pay the radio. The radio disc jock them, and everybody is just about you have to pay them, and they cannot add value to what you are about. What we mean, everybody will play in the weekly party, them produce. Everybody will play on radio, them produce. And them want to tell you, say you have to give them like $1,000 right so every 3 months. And what you find was that them can't help themselves because them produce. How is it when them are going to help me? But people don't look on it like how me look on it. Remember me going at it, as I said, ROI. Return on investment. That's the first thing. So me I invest in you, I want to make sure that me recoup, and not only recoup, I make a profit. So if I am going to invest, just understand me say, I want to recoup and I want to make a profit. And I like you. Why me I say, alright, you're talented. You can't say the talented. No, that's why I'm going to really do interview because me can't say it another way. That must be real.
Be wrong.
You understand what I say? And then artists now will have said to you, like, oh, the managers them wicked or the producers them wicked. No. You mentioned like signing and all that thing. I would say to any artist, do not sign anything was exclusive.
And why would you say that?
Whoever own the masters control the business.
Can you repeat that again, please?
So whether perpetuity in the contract, yes or no, once you come and say exclusive, I would say to any artist, any producer, avoid that. And that has been my experience. Like, you know, you have 3 major labels. You have Universal, Sony, you have Warner Music. But under these 3 majors, you have a lot of sub-labels. Right? I've had a lot of successes. Like really good songs. And the labels keep reaching out. Once them say exclusive, not interested.
I hear some.
Because what happened now? Most persons in a music, what you find is that a man good with being famous. And that is what happened to most artists. They have something which is valuable, and what them do? Them take a little change. Because most persons in the music industry, I call it industry because I'm not in. What happened is that they don't realize it is illusion and control perception. So you see, like how you mentioned the internet is very good enough. But it also have a lot of flaws because you see the car, but you don't see the payments. You see the house, but you don't see the mortgage. And what happened with labels, them put you in one place where really not exists. And then when them find somebody where them think of more legs or leverage, but can move, they move on to that person and you spend the rest of your life and chase the illusion of going back to one place where it never exists for money.
David, thank you. And
real talk. But to set anything aside, I mean, I do what I do, but trust me, working with Ireland boss, you know, I brought a lot to the table, but he has brought tremendous a lot to the table, understanding how to take this business and focus it in a different direction, as usually as we've been doing on a traditional basis. Because as you mentioned, yeah, the signing with a label is probably the most damaging thing an artist can do in doing it itself. Limiting themselves in terms of working with other entities and being able to market themselves in a way they want to be able to control their brand or product. Because what I do, like I say, I focus on like the 5 P's of usually when it comes to marketing, is like the people, the product, the price, place, and promotion. Yes, you got it. There you go.
No, and make no mistake, you know. I'm not here saying labels are bad. Labels do what they do.
Yeah.
Right? And when artists sign to labels, them know what them are signing up. If somebody spend 100% of the money, right? The limousine where you're going at, the plane ride, the hotels, right? The clothes where you wear, all of this, somebody spend the money for that. So why you think when money start come back in, who you think? They will get 100% of the money. So them not do nothing, them not do artists nothing, you know. It's just that artists feel like they are some special being that somebody will come and spend the money upon them, and then when the things start bringing back money, the people them forget it. It don't work like that. Nowhere in the world it don't work like that. So they know what they are signing was just that persons like to play victim. So it's good when you know where you're going at, and then you accept whatever the results are. It's just simple as that. That is why I give a personal opinion. I don't care if a person wants to sign, because people do different things based on to fit them situation. I would tell you, say, boy, a man come and give you 100,000, don't take it. But when you tell me, say, boy, Ireland have 100,000, I say, come on, have 100,000 right or so. You can't buy me for no money when me have or have access to. You know what I mean? But if you want to do it because of your situation, there's no problem with that. But there's no say it come with a consequence.
So now, that was good. Yeah, you can clap. That was good. That was really good. So, for a lot of artists right now, David, they're self-producing. They're self-funding, right? Mm-hmm. So, I would say the artists pay your dues. You know, some people want to be rich the next day or something. So, you know, you have to go through the steps. But what are some of the pitfalls that they should look for if they are going on that pathway of an independent artist? And they now have to get people to, you know, maybe give them the rhythm or, you know, to produce. Like, what is that?
If you want to be, well, independent, you're talking about a producer or an artist.
An artist. If the artist is not independent.
Alright, so the law of Jamaica says, whosoever spend the money, alright, say, whether you purchase the rhythm or you build the rhythm, you pay for the mix, you pay for the master, you pay for the cover art, you own the master for that song. Right? So if the artist want to be the producer and the artist, no problem. All them do, them buy them rhythm or them build them rhythm, pay for them mix, pay for them master, shoot them own music video, own everything.
Oh, so maybe, thank you. So, you know the split sheet. Can you explain what that is?
No, well, for the split sheet, it's just, alright, what happened, as I said, music is exploitation business. You find, alright, take myself as example then. However, say I produce a song for Yvette Martin. What happened is that you find, just like how the artists them educate themselves in accordance with the field that they're in, which is the music. You find, say, you have some people where them understand it to a level, so when them do, they, like myself, I would own the masters if I produce a song, unless we agree otherwise, whether verbally or contractually, right? But if I am the one who is investing the money I provide the rhythm to you, you use my studio record the song, I pay for the mix, I do the master, all these things, then the master belongs to Ireland. Whether Ireland Bass or Ireland Records, whatever you call it, that's my master. I can exploit that however I feel. But you have the music side, and you have the composition side. So on the composition side, you sing the song, you're entitled to 50%, and that is called your publishing. Where you find now you need a publisher, right? Yeah, you need to register with like Sound Exchange or BMI, which is called PRO, Public Performance Royalty. You understand? So you need, I think Sound Exchange, all these avenues you have to now go and register, even though the masters is not yours, because that is where the producer, so to speak, are going to use to recoup his investment or her investment. But you still have 50% on the publishing side. What happens now, if you as an artist doesn't know these things, you find that some persons, and I will say unscrupulous and really wrong, they will claim 100% of everything because you never know your right, and then just exploit your right.
Well, I think we have a burning question. Are you open to take a question? Because
Yeah, man.
before her, yeah.
Sure.
Sure, why not? We meet you halfway, because look at that outfit, man. Come on. All right.
I got a question about this publishing thing, because I was really trying to go over it with a professional writer the other day. And is it true that publishing is not just 100%, but actually 200%?
So everything is done at 100%. The difference is you have BMI will register 100%. I don't know why they do it like that. So they will say 100, 100. But it still come back down to 100%. It's just that their way of doing it. So if you use BMI, that is how they will register it. So you have 100, 100. So it comes to 200. But it's really 50% you still get anyways. So it's just BMI. If you check it out, that is just how they do it. If you check it, simple check it online, that is how them do it. But if you got like ask up them, it's 50-50. So there is not 200% in the song. It's really 100%, but I don't know why. I can't explain that bit to say why BMI them register it 100, 100. But it's just 100% in a song. You entitled to 50% as an artist or the producer, unless, if the artist producing one thing, then 100% rights is for that person. But if it's two different components, unless somebody pays somebody, and it's called work for hire, where, you know what I mean? You sell your publishing right, you sell everything, then you know nothing to get. Enough people just good with a little change up front. Them are thinking in immediacy. Them not think long term. Not thinking a decade. So I would tell the man, say, you want to make the man gain a 10 grand or 20,000 US because sell it. Because that song might be, and you just need one song. You just need one song. 9 to 5, so I don't know what that means. If nobody determine how much money me make, how much I can afford to give my kids, where I can afford to live, what kind of car I drive. So if you are my boss, then you determine all of that. So I'm always a hustler, so I always have my background and I have my guys at school. You probably not understand what that is, but there's some little juice and a little bag and I hustle to set myself at school from primary level, you know what I mean? And when I find that I don't really do nothing and fail. So even music, me didn't know say me have to make it. Like there was no doubt in my mind to say, yo, you have to be successful, because that has been my model right through life. Everything when I touch, I add value and I bring it to a greater level.
Thank you. How about you, Steve?
Yeah, I would say that too. Like successful. Yeah, great. But I would say being successful, I would characterize it as being successful, but just being, like you said, bringing value to what I do is like the measurement for myself, whatever that value may be, if it's just giving advice or at least giving one direction that may allow the artist to go in the right way, or whoever that may be, the company, then yeah, it's all about, that's how I measure,
Thank you. The reason why I asked that, because I work with a lot of artists and stuff, and they have all these different stories and stuff. And I would say to them, you got to have your own pathway, your own metrics. You just can't do it from someone else. But you use a very interesting word that I really like right now: value. the value that you place on what you do, whether you're a singer, producer, and in this house tonight, like you know that we do have managers, consultants, performers, writers, people who do live shows as well. So they're here. David, what are some of the work ethics? I know you talk a lot about that, and I hear it. But what advice would you give to an emerging artist about the work ethic? What does it take to be successful as an artist? What are some of the stuff that you should do?
Well, yeah, there's no direct path to success. So my story I go different from one. It's just like you have a man who make car for a living, and you have a man who crush car and sell the parts for a living. So everybody part different. So what work for me not necessarily work for you. What I know work is that if you're consistent enough. It's like if you don't have a ticket, you don't have a chance. That is just simple how it is. And you want to make sure so you give yourself. So what you do? Give yourself a chance by show up every day. Them say every day bucket a go well, one day the bottom of a jump out. That is just the mentality. Because the very moment when you decide say it's too rough, that's how you break through then. So once you start it, not know you're not going to finish. That is just a simple, because you see even with music, there is nobody will have the formula. If you think about it. Everybody will have successes, them have more songs will flop than the ones that will hit. But it's just they keep showing up every day.
You guys agree? I agree. Yeah, that was
it's a fact. You can Google it. Anybody where you know have, check Michael Jackson, them, the Bob Marley, them, everybody them have more songs will flop than the ones that will hit. But it's just that they keep showing up every day. Consistency is key. Like that is the only key when I say anybody for model. Just be consistent.
I'm loving your sound bites, David. Consistency is another one I just took on.
That is the only one. There's nothing else. So you can say, alright, pattern this and it go over. Just be consistent.
Yeah. You guys hear that? Just consistent, show up, Steve?
Like you doing tonight?
Yeah.
Because we know the rain and everything else going on here, but just showing up, the understanding, getting having the ability to understand or have the desire to obtain more knowledge in terms of what you're doing. This is the step right here. But I would say for myself, being what's your question?
Oh, just about when did you find, at what point did you say I'm successful? No, was that the question I just asked about being successful? Or the one about, what was the question? Because David answered so well and I forgot. It was just no, consistency, what would you say to an artist, they have to pay their dues. So pretty much what I'm saying is, what is some of the advice that you would give an artist? Because some of them just think that they're going to show up and they're big stars tomorrow.
It cannot be like that,
Yeah.
That's why I said there is no direct model for say that you're going to tell. You just come out and you say, alright, pre-this now. Yeah. And if you come in here sound like that you're here, we can guarantee you for your walk out. You're going to sing, yeah. Alright, just ask 5 persons right just up here and look up. Somebody walk through the door, you see 5 persons look up, them all look up too. It's very simple. So that's why I say consistency.
Yeah.
That is how it works. As I say, one fool make many. It's always illusion, until something works.
Yeah, me kind of.
People always gonna say, until something works.
I think that works for me as an artist as well. I'm not a singer per se, but it does in life, and I love the business aspect of it, because one thing I do, anything I do, I always put business to it. There's a business model, and that's something that I tell some of these artists as well. Your music, your art, put a business plan to it. There should be a roadmap, and just like what you're saying, the consistency. But if you don't know what that roadmap is, you're not going to always celebrating the wins, or know what you have to do. So I really like the way you approach it, David. and how you just raw about it, because that's what we need to hear. And Steve, from your point of view as someone who signed contracts, what are some of the negative things that you find with artists? What they bring to you that you say, hey, no, don't bring that to me?
Oh man.
That's a tough one, eh?
Yeah, well, not really tough, but it's so many.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I believe it's all about just educating.
Yeah.
You know, having the knowledge, because I mean, I can sit here and talk about bad about artists and individuals in terms of business, but the thing is, like, in terms of like making sure you're educated in what you're doing, know the right questions to ask, and look for the right answers, that works for you as an individual. And keep in mind, like what we talking about, we all talk about music, but a lot of these other different models do work, throughout your life too. You gotta manage your life as a business, like we're talking here, we're talking about music, of course, but in terms of how you manage your life, your lifestyle, in terms of who you hang around with, things you're focusing on, those things makes a lot of big deal, in terms of your image. We didn't get involved with that, but hopefully that'll be another topic in the future. But
It will be, because we can't cover everything today. I'm going to open up the floor to our guests and stuff for them to ask you questions. But first of all, I just want to let everybody know that David is here in so many different aspects. Because David, you're here as the producer, the singer. You're shooting videos. Your family's here. Your videographer is here. What has the last 2 days been for you? Because
as you know,
you put so much in the last 2 days. So
we came in like Thursday evening.
Yeah.
So we leave the airport and we reach the Airbnb about 11, and immediately after putting the luggage aside, we just start shooting a music video. No, because that is just how it works. You know what I mean? Because what it become now to me is just that it's like it's just a discipline where me and my biggest support system. It's like me believe more that if me not put no value upon myself, nobody not take me serious. So me just believe, say, alright, me come out for, alright, you see that little man right there, sir?
Yeah.
So I'm a nephew. So him father now file for him and him come live in Canada. But you want me grow him because when him father migrate to Canada, me have him a foot. So me have Canadian visa for years now. But it's just never somewhere when I want to explore. Like when I hear nothing fun about Canada or something to say, just come. But when I look and them do vlog. So me I watch the vlogs and me I say, but you know what happened? Him not remember say uncle. And him not come back to Jamaica for now, so guess what I go on? Plan a trip where I go to Canada. And so comes to there. But at the same time, while me reach or so, me I think say, yo, we need to shoot a couple music videos. So Thursday night, after 11, we start shoot. And in the morning, we get up, we edit it and we drop it same time. Yesterday, which is Friday, we shoot another music video. I was ready to shoot another one, but it's just that we never get the models. Today, before we still go out and we shoot music, even though the rain and everything, we still shoot another music video. So it's just that way I say, you just have to believe it in a way you are do, and don't watch where, because let me tell you see social media, as I say, it's good and it's bad. Like you will post something, and nobody not engage with your thing, but everybody watch your thing still, Nobody feel like say true them not react, them not see it. And that will discourage you. But you just have to know, say, yo, everything we you do, you gotta do it to the industry standard. And when you put it out there, and it's still out there. So it no must work this year, next year, but you have to remember, say, something that you put in the world. Well, the next 20 years, 30 years. At them time, they are going to reap the reward of it. So make sure, say, when you do it, you put in your best effort in a way you do and put it out there.
And I see you enjoyed.
No, I mean, I just have to say thank God, because we speak about it earlier. I said, listen, we come from early, humble beginnings in our early stages. You understand? Very, very. Remember, like, this is not what it's about, but we still have to share. This is my story. Where my mother have 6 away. And you know, dive bed is a very small bed still, you know. Yeah, man, and the 6 away have to work with that, you know. So when a man lie down on your spot, and me that come in and be vexed, and say, yo, but my brother lie down on my spot and hot up my spot. That's where I come from. So, in them days there, you know, as youths are growing, you say, boy, when me I go eat? Because there was nothing. And to see yourself reach at a point in life where, me still say, when me I go eat, you know, but me have the option of anything on the earth. No, that is by itself a testimony. And that is why I find joy in just keep going.
I can see it. It exudes out of you. I mean, David, every time I see you doing something, and the characters, I don't know how many of you guys been on his Vivo or YouTube or his IG, but the characters you come up with, I'm like, man, where'd you get the characters from?
And it just becomes fun, and that is why it can work. Because my life depends on it at this stage. You know, like when you want to be an artist because you want to show the man there where you grow with the boy, with me a star now, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Me just do it out of purpose now.
Me, myself and I was a transition from me.
Yes.
I don't care what anybody else says. I'm just going to do this for me, and I'm going to enjoy it. And I'm going to make my money. But David, with that said, what type of artist would you look for if you want to, well, you know, like sign or collab, or what type of artist would you say you'd want to work with today? Or even from Canada. Let's talk about Canada. Like, what would you look for?
That artist that exists.
Not yet.
And I don't think that artist will exist. I just don't want to develop no more talent.
Okay.
At my point, it's like, let me tell you. In Jamaica, the producer is the one who invests in the artist. Like, no way talk with any artist and show them and tell them what to do. Build relationships and try to keep relationships. But for me, if you take up an artist to develop now, it wouldn't make no sense at all.
So
me,
it would be
personally, because what happens is this, you see, the very moment that artists find that persons outsider whosoever invested and bring them to that level where other people start to them, them not remember the very person who invested and bring them to that level.
That is a
and that is something where everybody will eat. Alright, right now, you know, there is no label where sign an artist to develop. None. Who labels want to sign? People like myself.
They already made a name for establishment. Yeah, your own.
What I'm gonna ask is that,
yeah,
how much money you make per month from your music? Yeah. And those are the persons where they want to sign. Them come and them tell you, say, alright, I'll give you 10 times the amount. But when you check that, for a lifetime, them really and truly rob you blind, but you don't want to see because you just want one car. And that is what you find with artists. Every man want everything with them sick. That's what I say is illusion and control perception. You see the car, but you don't see the payments, you see the house, but you don't see the mortgage. Most of these things, it is not real. Like, you know, everybody posts on them IG. Yeah. And say, yo, them living in a pet. They're not so much penthouse.
You know what? I like how we're talking frank. We're talking frank, you know. And some people can come on the scene and they become big tomorrow. They're touring and everything like that. But also there's some artists that they come in, they don't know where to turn. They spend a lot of money, like lots of money. Right?
Build networks. Like, if you don't have the money to invest in your career, what I will say, work with somebody who has the money to invest. But remember now, whether you have it verbally or contractually, you just have to understand that this person investing in you. You see, when you in return start make money, stop go around and tell people, say, boy, that man I never do nothing for you. And that's the way you find with most artists.
It's a small circle.
Because everybody know, they see, what them do is this. The artists who them look up to, wouldn't collab with them can't call them on the phone and go backstage, but as soon as them get a song now and them feel like them gone with the artist, we wouldn't have no farmer interest in them. And the persons then will bring them to that level, them gone.
David, you must be the fly on a lot of us walls, because there was a conversation like a few of us in here been having this week just about that same thing, that you're trying to, create a network. And then sometime maybe, and everybody has their right to do whatever, but sometimes when they feel like, oh, I've got all this information, I need to go to the next step, so I don't need to talk to you guys no more, I don't need to deal with you guys anymore. But what it does, it breaks the chain, and I find that's why Toronto used to be the hub for reggae music, hip-hop music. A lot of those artists at my age and a little younger, this is where they started at the Bamboo, so forth. But I think, like you say, that disillusion, it's two ways, because it's negative, right? You're disillusioned from carrying forth, and you're also disillusioned to think that everything is so much greener on the other side. I want to get there because that person is there. And you said earlier about finding your own pathway, finding what works for you. And then Steve said, finding the answers. And does that mean like turning to the internet or just asking a lot of questions and then analyzing it for yourself?
Alright, so information is useless if you don't apply it. Because you will know everything and you still don't use it. And that's how it happens most of the time. So, persons like artists or producer will sit down right in the room and so hear everything when they meet for ear and then what happened. Them just not apply none of that. They just believe, say, alright, I'm my way and this is how I want to do it. But at least if you have that discipline, if you understand that some of what is said applies to me and so forth, then we work.
Yeah. I think for me, and I'm going to open it up to the floor in 1 minute, and I want to say to Steve and you, and some of our other colleagues, but we work so well together because we actually respect, we listen, we don't all have the same ideas, we have our own pathway, and sometimes we go down the same avenue and we enjoy that. We share ideas. When any one of us asks of something, the other person will try their best to at least deliver. And I find those sort of relationships aren't the easiest to build. And when you talk about Canada, and I would agree with you with Toronto right now, and I think it's something that we need to build back and finding these talent, because there's talent. There's talent. And they are also now finding the platforms to showcase their talent. And I try and do my part because I do bookings for some of the major shows during the summer, either if I'm working stage managing or logistics, or some of the presenters may ask me, about booking, and some of them I may do. But again, do we as performers now sit back and say, oh, there's no out for us. There's no out for us. So what do we do? And I think that's the conversation in Toronto right now, where some people are finding that Toronto's not working for them. So where else can they go to do their art?
No, man. You see, alright, so let me tell you how music work.
Yeah, please.
Alright, so I am in mostly dancehall and reggae, as you would say. Right? But anywhere in the world when we do dancehall and reggae, guess what happened now? It go up on Spotify, Apple Music, Pandora, it is DSPs they call it, right? In no matter which part in the world me do dancehall and reggae, it go the same place.
Same platform, okay.
Right? Yeah. And so whether you're in Toronto or whatever, it's just you have to find a way to make whatever you have to work. So like how Jamaica, you just say a dancehall and reggae. Hometown. What is the you're still talking about dancehall and reggae here in Toronto?
Yeah, I'm talking about.
Alright, so what happened with that now?
Alright.
You have a pitch to the curators. So you have curators who deals with dancehall and reggae on Spotify and the same Apple Music, all the platforms. So that is why it is important for creatives to claim their platform, and so that they can go on the back end and then send it to the distributor, or if they want to distribute it independently through a TuneCore or a CD Baby or whatever the case may be. I wouldn't recommend that, really, because how I look on it when I start out, when everybody has said, go through TuneCore or CD Baby or whatever, I look at it and say, my product, as it is, don't have any value unless people outside hear it and like it. I don't have the means, however, to reach certain people. So I go through the VPAL and the 1 RPM because they would have already have a reach. All they're asking for is say, listen, for we blast this out for you and do some pitches for you. 1 RPM is like 15%, and VPAL is 20%. So you still have 80% coming back to you off from one, and then 85% coming off the other. Now, as I said, you may have it, and it may well be a big song, you know. Yeah. But you're not gonna know. And a 100% of zero is what?
100 0.
So you see, it's easier for you 80% or 85% are coming when somebody have a platform where can push the music.
And not worry
so
about
it just depends on how you look on it.
Yeah.
You understand?
I like that.
Yeah.
That's good. I'm going to open up the floor.
Yeah, man.
And have some questions. Yeah.
So yeah, we're looking for Mary Brown's, guys.
Destination is on the
It's over there.
Here we go. There it is.
You see it?
We found it. Yeah, keep going. It's right over to your left.
Yeah.
There, yeah.
Whoa.
So guys, we're just sitting here waiting to get some food. We just left the little gig thing that we had went to, and we're just talking here with our friend Will, and he just shared a really good life lesson, and I thought it would be good to put that on our vlog. So Will, what is the information that you had just shared with us?
It was just something simple but powerful, you know. It's
yeah.
Like sometimes we don't get things done, we can't get things done, and we are saying we're lacking motivation and stuff. We make all the preparation to get things done and never get to it. And so what I was saying is that motivation that's not what we really need, you know, because if we're motivated to do something, for example, we have something to do in the yard or so on, and it's raining, we go, oh, we can't do it again because it's raining, you know. But that's not what we need. We don't need motivation. What we really need is determination.
Absolutely.
So whatever task we have at hand, we want to be determined to do that, because no matter what, whether it's rainy, whether it's too hot, whether it's snowing, we're still gonna get it done because we are determined to do so. So that's what we need, determination and not motivation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Some people look to be motivated to clean their house. Oh, I got
Yes.
no motivation to clean my house, or
Yeah.
oh, I got no motivation to, I don't know, go for a walk or
Yeah.
whatever. But you're right, determination is what.
Determination
Yeah.
is key.
Okay, babe's calling here. So that makes so much sense, Will, what you said. Motivation is what we think we need, but determination is what we need. I love it. Good life lesson right there.
Ireland boss, I represent for Akeem and Jen. And you know them YouTube channels, so I tell you no, and I send you no, if you go like, share, comment, and subscribe. You know why? It's a winning season. The past wasn't clear. No, tables are turned with about half dozen cheer. You know what I mean?